Everybody, and welcome. My name is Shana Verstegen, and today we have a 30-minute strength TRX superset focused workout. Now, I know it's been a hot second since I have filmed with you. Apologize. Mom life, kids, all the things, but I'm really excited to be filming with you today and to do this really fun workout with you today. Our order of action, we have 6 different rounds of supersets. We'll do one exercise, the agonist, short little switch around time, another exercise, the antagonist, bit of a rest, and we do those same 2 again, then we'll go to the next round. Again, 6 rounds of that after our warm-up. Speaking of our warm-up, let's get started. We're gonna begin with our TRX standing rollout. Straps are mid-length. I'll have you standing facing away from the anchor. Super strong active plank on the balls of your feet, shoulders away from your ears, roll it out, and then reset, squeezing those bum cheeks nice and tight. Try to avoid going to full Superman. You just want those arms out a little bit. What we're doing here is setting your active plank. There's a plank involved in every single exercise you do, especially a lot of the stuff we're doing today. Make sure you're making an effort to keep those shoulders away from your ears. And as always, grab onto that winning lottery ticket between your butt cheeks. We have 3, 2, and 1 squat row combo. Stand facing the anchor point, lean back, walk it under, feet a little wider than shoulder width apart, squat, plank, row, squeezing behind those shoulder blades, and plank. We're focusing on moving those hips around, feeling that engagement behind your shoulder blades, still keeping that nice tight core brace, and thinking about that space between your ears and your shoulders. 10 seconds left. Squeezing the bum on top. Do you feel your shoulder blades squeezing together? Is your body in that straight line, ears, shoulders, hips, and ankles? 3, 2, and 1. Forward lunge with Y fly. Once again, we're gonna flip it around, stand facing away from the anchor point. Frankenstein arms, body weight directly above your feet. Big step forward with your right foot, heel grounded, lower, stretch, push into those handles, stand up. We're opening up the hip flexors, stretching that entire front side of your body, mobilizing the hips, practicing those lunge mechanics, except for we're actually not doing any lunges today. Oh man, that's really sad. Actively press down on those handles. Again, keeping the shoulders away from the ears, feeling the core engage. 5, this is my favorite one. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lateral lunges, more hip mobility. We're gonna see some adductor, abductor action today. Stand facing, feet nice and wide, toes forward, bend your right knee lower down. Pull yourself up. Notice how I'm not dumping backwards. I'm lowering my bum straight down toward the ground. I could let go of the straps at any time, but the straps are helping me unload my body weight so that I can go a little bit lower into these lateral lunges. You hear my heart rate elevating. I'm getting a little breathier. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Finally, some shoulder sweeps. Stand facing away from the anchor. Notice how I haven't been giving you strap adjustments. It's because they've been at mid-length the whole time. And just up and down with those arms. Feel free to go in a little further into that chest stretch. But we want to open up the chest, light to moderate tension on those handles, and just feel those arms go all different ranges of motion, slightly challenging your shoulder mobility. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. It's time to get this party started. We're gonna begin with TRX hamstring curls for 30 seconds. Straps are at mid-calf length. If you fall behind, feel free to pause, hop in, join me when you're ready, and then unpause. The beauty of video. All right. If you have no idea what I just did here, I want you to check back to one of the beginner videos that spends a lot of time reviewing heels in and toes in, because this is gonna happen fast today. Gang, are you ready? In 5 seconds, we're doing your hamstring curls. Palms up, toes to your nose, squeeze your buns, lift up, knees in and out. Now, if you need to make these easier, if this is too intense, you're always welcome to set your bum on the ground, but I still want you pushing down and dragging those heels in. Otherwise, hips stay up, shoulders stay checked down and back. Again, drag the heels, toes toward your nose, squeezing everything through the middle. These always take way longer than I think they should. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right, 15 seconds, flip it around for TRX crunches. Option, you can do a plank on the ground and just pull one knee in and then the other. Otherwise, meet me in this strong plank. We're going in, 3, 2, 1. Pull those knees in, hips slightly elevate, and then stick the landing. My shoulders should be directly over my wrists. That's gonna help eliminate some of that wrist pain people feel in this plank position. Making sure you stick that plank between every single rep and keep your heels pushed back into the handles. If your heels pop all the way through those foot cradles, don't worry about it. Just keep them where they are and continue crunching. That actually means you have proper foot position by pushing those heels back. And gently set your knees down, double butt kick. Now we get a 30-second transition. Catch your breath. Think about what we just did. How can you make those harder? If you think you've earned that right to progress for these hamstring curls, you can actually scooch backwards a little bit or lift your hands up to make them a little more challenging. I haven't spent a lot of time talking about what supersets are, but in our next longer recovery, I'll tell you a little bit about them. Hamstring curls in 3, 2, and 1. Here we go. If you can, hips up, option, hands off the ground. I'm not taking that option today. Push down, drag it in. We were on holiday most of last week for the holiday season. And this is my first kind of brutal workout. So I'm not gonna totally slam myself here. All right, gang, we have 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pop those toes in, only 15 seconds, flip it around. Crunches again to make these harder. Sexy crawl forward, hey. All right, we're going in 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Push down, squeeze, lock in that plank, pull the knees up. Notice how my hips are elevated a little bit too when I do that crunch. So I have a nice hinge at my hips and my knees, kind of simulating some squat mechanics. The entire time, I want you to make sure you're corkscrewing your hands into the floor to keep that shoulder girdle stable. And hopefully you remember the deadliest of TRX sins, your hips should never sag. If you feel any back pain, I want you to stop immediately. 3, 2, and 1. Gently set those knees down, double butt kick. We have 1 minute. We're gonna move on to our next combo, the TRX Chest Press and TRX Low Row. So be standing for this one. Your chest press length, fully lengthened. Your low row length, I'm gonna cheat. I'm gonna set up these straps so I don't have to change length. It's fully shortened. You're gonna have to change lengths really quick between exercises. Oh, we're going in 30 seconds. So supersets, why are they amazing? First of all, time saving. You don't have to take as much rest between exercises because we're exercising antagonistically paired muscle groups. So while one is working, the other one is forced to recover. That's a fun scientific thing called reciprocal inhibition. I will tell you about it during our next longer rest break, because right now we have to do our chest presses in 5. Find your position, 3, 2, and 1. Let's move. Only 30 seconds here. Now, whenever we have only a 30-second set, I want you to choose an angle that's pretty challenging for you, but you still feel safe. In this position, the straps should be off your arms, are they? Your quads are tight. That helps keep your core tight. Your shoulders are still away from your ears. Notice how my elbows are dropping down a little bit. They're not all the way up here. They're down a little bit. And I'm still squeezing my bum. I'm still holding onto that lottery ticket, still holding onto that plank. All right, 15 seconds, low row. So I want you to fully shorten your straps all the way up. Turn around so you're standing facing the anchor again. I'm gonna cheat because I have 2 sets of straps. Hands at your rib cage, walk it under, eyes are up, body straight, toes toward your shins. Here we go, 30 seconds, all the way straight, big pull and squeeze. So in this position, just like your plank on the ground, make sure your toes are up toward your shins. It might feel silly, might feel like you're gonna slide, but it's such a sneaky trick to help keep your body in one straight line. Now, just like in our warm-up, are you thinking about that straight line, that space between your ears and your shoulders, that engagement behind your shoulder blades, your ribs knitted in? 3, 2, and 1. Now we have 30 seconds before the same superset to think about what we just did, figure out how we're gonna make it more challenging. So my challenge to you for those chest presses, can you walk a little closer to the anchor point to make them a little more challenging? If your form gets stinky, walk it back forward. Ways you know your form is stinky, your back will hurt a little bit, your hips are sagging, the straps are rubbing on your arms, those shoulders are starting to elevate. Find that plank. Here we go. Squeeze everything, lower down, drive it up. Now again, I'm not counting reps for you. I'm not telling you how fast or how slow to go. However, I want you to have nice controlled movements. Think about the goal of this workout to be strength training. Think about being in the weight room, doing a bench press. Not a 1 rep max bench press, but a regular maybe set of 10, 15. How fast are you moving during that bench press? That's what this should feel like. 3, 2, and 1. One more set of low rows. Only 15-second transition. Turn around, fully shorten those straps. Again, can you go to a slightly steeper angle? I think my feet are gonna get cut off in this image, but you know what I'm doing down here. Squeeze everything. 2, 1, let's row. Big squeeze. Are those ribs zipped? Are the buns tight? Body straight and strong. 15 seconds left. Tight tummy. Maybe I chose too steep of an angle. All right, I got this. Tight. Lock it in. 3, 2, and 1. Oh, we have another minute break. We're gonna go back down to the ground. This is kind of a cool one. You're gonna want a mat or a soft surface for these 2 exercises. And I'm actually gonna use the minute to go over these exercises with you. Straps will be at mid-calf length for both of them, so let's get there. Remember, handles about knee height. We double check our mid-calf length. Have a seat. Make sure those foot cradles dangle just above your toes. First exercise is plank with hip abduction. Heels are in, buns are up, feet go open and close. Easy peasy. Second one foot is in for our adducted side plank. On your forearm, we're gonna push and lift. Option 1, this foot stays down. Option 2, you lift that foot up. Also known as the Copenhagen side plank. Those are hard. All right, we only have 10 seconds. So let's get into position for your TRX hip abduction. Heels in, ground facing the anchor point. 3, 2, 1, here we go. My toes again are back toward my shins. Head and shoulders are on the ground. I'm actively pushing down with my heels as I drive my feet apart, feeling the outside of my hips. I'm not gonna lie, this one's not terrible. But you are activating the outside of your hips, those hip abductor muscles. You're driving down to elevate, feeling the backside of your body. We have 5 more seconds here. Then we're gonna go into that Copenhagen side plank, focusing on your adductors, your adductors, your inner thigh. So place your top foot in there, forearm directly beneath your shoulder, option to keep this foot on the ground. Option to just totally do these out of the straps if you need to as well. And pushing up. Option 1, my bottom foot's grounded. Option 2, oh man. Again, if you have any knee pain with this, you can set that foot down, but I still want you to try to push down with that top leg. Pushing down, squeezing those thighs together, pressing your forearm into the floor. Make sure you got that space between your ears and your shoulder. Oh, 5, 4, 3, 2, you're awesome. Hip abduction again. Now we have 30 seconds, so little breather. Think about how we're gonna do this one. You can move back a little bit to increase the intensity. It's not gonna increase the intensity much. This one I really think about range of motion. Can you do a bigger range of motion to make this a little more challenging? Toes toward your nose, head and shoulders down. Get ready, we're going in 5, 4, push the heels down. 3, squeeze the buns. 2, and 1, lift up and abduct. Push those feet apart. Feel that engagement in your hips. Palms are up. Oh, do you feel that tight middle? And keep breathing as you drive those feet apart. So again, right now we're working your abductors, the ones that move your legs away from the center of your body. The other exercise, the big focus, is your adductors, your adductors, which bring your legs to the midline of your body, your groin muscles. 3, 2, and 1. All right, you're gonna see my good side now. Other side, top foot in those foot cradles. Meet me sideways to the anchor point. We're going in 8 seconds. Option 1, you're here. Option 2, you're here. and push down and squeeze. So this is the side that I had hip surgery on, and I am significantly weaker in this hip. So I'm gonna choose the modified version here. I can try that one, but no, can't even do it. Isn't this embarrassing? And keep pushing down on that top leg, keep driving those hips forward, firing those adductor groin muscles. We get a 1-minute recovery after this one. Keep pressing, keep squeezing, keep bracing. 2 and 1. Oh, come on out of there. Let's do some beach muscles, some biceps and triceps. Now I'm filming this just after Christmas in December in Wisconsin, so a beach seems like really far way away, but it's nice to think about from time to time. So your high biceps and your triceps straps are at mid-length. Play a game with me really quick. Arms straight out in front of you, elbows are up high. Do it. Are you doing this? Do it. Shoulders down. Keep your elbows up like they're on a countertop. Pinkies to your temples and straighten. Notice how my elbows never dropped and my shoulders stayed away from my ears. Now flip your hands over, same thing, still on that countertop. Thumbs to temples, straighten. Those are the 2 exercises we're doing. Notice how I'm not doing this and I'm not going over here. Different movements, different idea. It's not gonna hurt you, but that's not what we're doing. TRX high biceps, straps at mid-length, stand facing, it's time to party. Pinkies to your temples. Here we go. Toes up towards your shins, straighten and bend. This is one of those check your ego at the door exercises. I don't care how strong you are, your biceps aren't that strong. So you're never gonna have a super steep angle with this one. Or you might, but I bet you might be cheating. So really check those elbows. Make sure they're staying up as your shoulders stay down. And all those same rules we followed while you were rowing. The ribs are zipped, the buns are tight. 2 and 1. TRX triceps, same deal. You're not gonna be as steep as you were for your chest presses. I'll face you a little bit more here. Shoulders down and back, balls of your feet. And again, I'm not going way behind my head. It's kind of like a skull crusher. 3, 2, and 1. I'm bending my elbows and corkscrewing those elbows in as I bring my thumbs to my temples. Similar to my chest presses, I'm squeezing my bum and my quads, bracing your middle, shoulders away from the ears. There's a lot to think about. I don't know if you've ever done a front squat, but that same front rack position where you kind of corkscrew those elbows in and up, we want to feel that same movement when we're in this triceps press position because that's helped keeping our shoulders stable. 1 and break. All right, 30 seconds off now before we go into those 2 movements again. So we've seen that superset, we've experienced it. Now, let's try to change those angles, but just a little bit because these are hard exercises. So we're going in 15 seconds. This workout kind of flies by. That's the beauty of supersets. We're going in 10 seconds. Get ready for that high biceps, a little lower, toes up, shoulders down and back. Are you squeezing the cheeks? Grab that ticket. Here we go, straighten. Pinkies up to the temples. So really the only joint that's moving here are your elbows. And then obviously my jaw is moving a lot as well. That's always a very mobile joint on my body, that jaw joint. Keeping the ribs zipped, bum tight. Could you take a little step under? Maybe, don't lose that form though. 5, 4, 3, 2, triceps. Spin it around, stand facing away. We're going in 10, same deal. Can you take a steeper angle? Remember, don't sag those hips. Body straight and strong. Anchor the shoulders, corkscrew the elbows, squeeze the cheeks. Tight quads, here we go. Lower down, thumbs to temples, drive it back up, bam. Just like your chest press, you're kind of looking out ahead of you like you're on a bike path, trying to see what's coming up next. So I'm not looking way up or at my toes, just slightly ahead of me, and that's gonna help with that neutral spine. I'm squeezing and bracing. Got those tickle tummy abdominals. We're coming up on that next 1-minute rest break. 3, 2, and 1. Guys, we've already done 4 sets. We have 2 more to go. TRX hip presses, TRX leg extension. So once again, we'll be at mid-calf length for both of those exercises. If you want to lay on a mat, you can. I'm going to leave mine out of the way. Double checking the length of those foot cradles. Have a seat. Make sure they're dangling just above your toes. Just like the hamstring curl crunch combo, there's gonna be that quick transition of heels in, toes in. As always, if you're still a little bit slower than the 15-second transition, you can always pause the video, do what you need to do, start it up again. Again, the beauty of training online, right? So we're going in 20 seconds. I'm gonna have you get those heels in. Let's get ready for our hip presses. If you know me, you know this is my least favorite exercise, but one that I need to work on more than anything. Your knees are at 90. If you're on a door anchor, your feet are hovering in front of the door. Toes will pull back toward your shins, tummy tight. We're going up and down 30 seconds. Push down, lift up. What if this is too much? Well, you can take your feet out of the foot cradles and do just a regular glute bridge. When you do these hip presses, I wanna make sure your toes aren't doing this. Heels are down, toes are falling back. Squeeze your bum, lift and lower. I just did an Instagram little thing about toes back toward your shins and heels down. And I think I wore the dirtiest shoes I own and did a close-up of my feet. So there's that. 3, 2, and 1. TRX leg extension, toes in. Flip it over, ground facing away. Hands and knees. You ready to get that super strong plank? Go up in 5, 4, find the plank, lift your bum up, and bend the knees down, and then lift your bum straight up. Notice how I'm not shooting my legs back and in. I've got a target right below my knees. They're lowering down, and I'm pushing my bum straight back up. Lower down to that target, push back up into my pike. Oh, this is terrible. If you're really on the struggle bus with this one, you can go back to those crunches. I won't tell anybody. Push down, 2, 1. Gently set your knees down, double butt kick. And seriously, when I teach people that one, sometimes I'll put like a little target on the ground, like a yoga block or something, just to remember your knees go down and your bum lifts straight back up. And it's a lot of quads, also all core all the time. All right, we're going in 15 seconds, back to those hip presses. So let's pop your heels in, ground facing the anchor point, knees at 90 degrees. How do we make this harder? Well, you can pick your hands up. I don't want to make them harder though. Squeeze and lift and lower and tap. 30 seconds. So I still haven't told you about reciprocal inhibition. Reciprocal inhibition is when an agonist, a muscle, is doing work. The antagonist, the opposing muscle. So let's think biceps and triceps. If I'm doing a biceps curl, my triceps have to 100% relax. If they don't, hold on, we got 3, 2, and 1. Flip it over. Get ready for those leg extensions. If they don't 100% relax, then I can't move, right? So if my triceps don't relax, then I wouldn't be able to bend here. So it's a sneaky trick. All right, let's get ready. I'm gonna talk to you through these so you don't realize how awful they are. It's a sneaky trick where the antagonist muscle group is forced to relax because of that reciprocal inhibition. And because that forced relaxation, you're able to take advantage of that as a forced recovery, even when you're doing a different exercise. So these supersets can help you save time. They can get your heart rate up a little bit more because you're not just sitting around doing nothing. 3, 2, and 1. And you know you're actually getting an effective, at least a little bit of an effective recovery rest there. All right, one more. TRX Chest Fly, TRX T Fly. Fully lengthen those straps for me. Stand facing away from the anchor. Meet me in an offset stance. I don't care which foot is forward. Hands out in front of you, palms facing one another. So they're not here, they're here. My front heel is up, I'm barely touching that front toe. Check this out. You can try one with me if you want. We've got 30 seconds left. I'm gonna collapse my front knee, my arms open, and then I press into those handles. Straps stay off my arm, just like the chest press. What I want you to avoid is bending and turning this into a lunge or doing a hip hinge. The reason why we're in an offset stance is for constant tension. If my feet are here, it's easy, 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 hard, easy, easy, easy. So find that split stance. Let's get this party started. Here we go, 30 seconds. Bend, only at the shoulder. My front knee collapses, my whole body kind of falls. You'll notice all that weight is on your hands. Shoulders are away from the ears. I'm barely touching that front toe. It's just there for a little bit of stability. Core is braced, ribs are zipped, and then we're gonna flip around real quick and do those T flies. I didn't spend as much time with those because my guess is you've seen those before. All right, TRX T Fly. Straps can stay long, that's fine. Turn around, stand facing the anchor. Arms in that T position, one foot directly in front of the other. You're gonna bend the back knee, arms straight, shoulders checked. Pull those arms open, ready? Here we go. Bend that back knee, shoulders away from the ears. Now we're doing that opposite motion. I'm still just hinging at my shoulder joint, but now I'm pulling my hands apart instead of pushing them together. My ribs stay zipped, my bum stays tight. Common cheat here, just like it is on the fly, is people bend their elbows and turn this into a row. I want you working just to that shoulder joint and retracting and depressing those shoulder blades. 3, 2, and 1. All right, we ironed out the kinks. You're super good at these exercises. Maybe we can make that angle a little steeper now, eh? What do you think? All right. Stand facing the anchor. Lift up that front heel, shoulders away from your ears. We've got about 10 seconds. Make sure the straps are lifted off your arms slightly. And again, if you move back just a little bit, you're going to notice that. We're going in 5, 4. These are our last 2 working sets today. 3, 2, and 1. Collapse that front knee, open, and big press into those handles. Open, yeah, big drive. Keeping those shoulders away from your ears. Core is braced, minimal weight on those front toes. I barely am touching these toes. Collapsing the front knee, pressing into the handles. 10 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 15 seconds, we go to our T Fly. One more time. Straps can stay fully lengthened. Stand facing the anchor. One foot directly in front of the other. Pull those arms to the T, shoulders away from your ears, tails tucked, bend the back knee, lower down. Game on, 30 seconds, pull those hands apart. Now you only have 30 seconds. Are you at an angle that's challenging? This last pull should be almost impossible. We've got 15 seconds left of this exercise, then we'll throw some stretches in there, and then wrap it up for the day. Final 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, you did it. We're going to begin with that wide stance hip hinge. Bring your straps to mid-length. You'll need to shorten them up for me to mid-length. Stand facing the anchor. Walk back like your arms are out in front of you, water skiing. Feet wide. Give me a big inhale. Exhale, lift the tail forward, fold, stretching out those hamstrings that did so much work. So let's review. Supersetting. Why is it cool? First of all, it saves you some time. Less time recovering between all of your working out sets. Second is you're making sure you're getting that full rest and recovery because of that reciprocal inhibition. Slowly roll that up. We're going to go back in one more time. Inhale, exhale. Push the hips back, lift the tail, neutral spine. Pushing down into those handles gently. And why is the TRX a perfect tool for supersets? Well, supersets with a lot of equipment, you have to hop back and forth from machines, change adjustments. TRX, you notice we just flipped over or turned around so we can easily flow between those different exercises for your supersets. Place your left hand into both foot cradles, press down. Pick up your right foot, tuck your tail under, squeeze your bum. If grabbing this knee is a little, or grabbing this ankle is a little bit much for you, you can also just step one leg back, tuck your tail under, or open up those hip flexors, those quads. I want you to push downward in the foot cradles. Try not to be here, and that's gonna help you brace your core and find your stability. Tucking the tail, hip bones up toward belly button, gently pushing down into your hand. Nice job. So you learned some science today, and we focused on strength. That was a full body workout. We did all the things. Switch it up, right hand in the foot cradles, push down, pick up the left foot, tuck the tail, shoulders check down and back. And as always, I want you to watch this workout again, do this workout again. It's a great way to measure your improvements over time. Steeper angles, more challenging versions of the exercises, and so on. Plus, the first time we always kind of fumble through trying to figure out exactly where we need to be, exactly how the movement's done. And I realize that those shorter rest breaks, it can be a little tricky, but next time you do this workout, it'll be a little bit easier. Finally, let's do our standing chest stretch with some snow angels. So, straps at mid-length, stand facing away. I'm gonna come over here. One foot in front of the other, shoulders down and back, and just up and down. I might be off camera, sorry. Same thing we did in warm-ups. Shoulders away from the ears. We just felt this in the chest flies. And feel free to do this a little bit longer if you'd like, but I want to wrap this up. Thank you for joining me for this 30-minute full-body TRX workout focused on supersets. We did 6 different rounds of exercises, working back and forth between antagonistically paired muscle groups. I hope you loved it. I loved seeing you again. Definitely say hi in the comments. Good to see everybody again, and have a wonderful rest of your day.